Right, what is going on, y'all? If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that casting Genesis Ultimatum is one of my very favorite things to do. So that is what we're going to try and do today. This is Explorer 4-color Omnath Genesis ramp. So, we've got a bunch of ways to increase our mana. Got with a elemental sub-theme, I should add. So we're playing Growth Spiral because that card is crazy good. Got Florahedron because it is a 2-mana ramp dork that is an elemental. The elemental payoff being Risen Reef, which is also a reasonable ramp card here. Those of you who haven't seen it, it is a 3-mana 1/1. Whenever it or another elemental enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you can put it on the battlefield. Otherwise, you draw it, so you get +1 card whenever you play this or another elemental with one of these on the field. So that is why we're playing some elementals. Titan of Industry, notably, also an elemental, and a giant ramp payoff, which is decent. So that's where we're playing Florahedron, as opposed to Paradise Druid or some other ramp dork that might fix my colors, as it is an elemental, and it's a land, so you can cut down the land count a little bit. We're playing only 32 plus 4 Florahedrons for a total of 36, so shouldn't be missing land drops much, which, of course, as the ramp deck, we don't want to do. And, of course, Omnath, if you haven't seen this one before, it was banned in Standard very, very quickly, so couldn't really blame you. 4 mana, all colors but black. For 4/4, ETBs, you draw a card. Then landfall, first land you play with this on the battlefield per turn, gain 4 life. The second one, you add 4 mana. And the third time, you deal 4 damage to each opponent and each of your opponent's planeswalkers. So, very, very powerful card here. Just draws a card instantly, gets a bunch value if it stays on the board. Very powerful threat here, and is the reason we're playing white in this teamer deck. And we also get to play Yasharn, which there's some sacrifice decks around, Cat Oven stuff, which Yasharn absolutely hoses. And it's also just a 4-mana 4/4 elemental that draws 2, which is pretty good with what we're trying to do here. As opposed to in order of not dying, we've got some Bone Crushers to stomp on their little critters and be a sizable blocker. We've got Depopulate as the sweeper of choice since we're playing white lands. We've got some Fateful Absence for some all-purpose removal with the Wombo combo with Yasharn, then they don't get to crack the clue. Some random big stuff up here. 1 Gargaroth, 1 Nissa, they're both just good green cards that I like. We've got Escape to the Wilds, which gives you another land drop for Omnath, and is a 5-mana draw 5, which after we've assembled plenty of mana, that is what we want to do. And we're playing Ugin the Spirit Dragon, because if you're playing a ramp deck, you gotta play Ugin in an arena format anyway. Ugin's the biggest, baddest thing you can do. Exile your opponent's board, lightning bolts, and -10 to give you all of the stuff you could ever hope for. Now, we're playing Yorion. It's good with Risen Reef, because you get to abuse your elementals entering the battlefield. And also, you kind of need Yorion for your cultivates to be good. Otherwise, you're not going to have a functional 3-color mana base with enough basics left over to be able to play for cultivates. So that's why we've got Yorion and all basics here. We're also playing Fabled Passage, another thing. We need enough basics for Fabled Passage, because Fabled Passage is super, super good with Omnath, as you can imagine. Gets to double trigger. Yeah, that is pretty much what we're going for here. We'll see if the Explorer meta has slowed down enough for going way over the top like this to be good. Yeah, let's go try it out. How much do I believe in this Omen of the Sea? Guess on the play enough. No white source for Depopulate. Long way away from these Ugins. It's probably actually a mulligan. The longer I think about it, the less I like it, but we'll see. Shepherd Dunes. White aggro here. Definitely going to want to cast Depopulate. Boros. Take 2. Thalia. Thanks. Guess I have to go for 4 mana Cultivate and 5 mana Depopulate. I don't see any other way through this. Not putting that much pressure on, so I think we'll have time for it. Okay, or we can play Yashar next turn. It's not bad either. Sure, the Fallen with human synergies is a little interesting. Omnath, but again, no white land. Oh, we still have no white land, so we can't play Yasharn. Yikes. Go fix that. Get both of those. Maybe Depopulate can keep us alive here. If they're stuck on 2 lands, I think we have a chance. Might be running out of 1 and 2 drops. Dead? Not quite. Take 9 here, go to 4. I get to deploy some blockers. Find a land, we can gain a bunch of life off of Omnath, and then we're in a pretty good spot. No land, but I'll take a Bone Crusher. I have Ugin in hand. I think I'm supposed to go Yasharn so I don't miss the land drop. Though I don't have the basic planes left, and I already got both of those. Skill this now. Don't know what they might be up to. It's also possible I'm supposed to hold that for us so I can gain life off Omnath, but they're stuck on 2 lands, so it doesn't matter. Despite having 0 white lands in the opener, did manage to cast that, depopulate, and win the game. Love to see it. Love the 2-lander on the draw. Think I can do better. Okay, how about the all-lander? Sure, we'll find big stuff. Just don't play Thalia. Bishop Wings. Okay, might kill me pretty quickly. Go for the growth spiral. Tail Florahedron could get removed and is not doing any blocking here. Coco Angels, if you haven't seen that before. Alright, there's a payoff if we can get there. Get another red source. We already have triple green, so I don't have to worry about that. Blue, guess the other one doesn't matter. Double white. Okay, there's the anthem. No land, though. Okay. I think I'm supposed to buy Yori in here. We play the Florahedron out to... Can't chump with 4. Yeah, we can. Chump with the 4 Hedron. Orion. Or maybe Titan 2 turns in a row can slow them down enough. If they have another Righteous Valkyrie, we are just dead. Okay, good card. Doesn't kill me though. Gain 5 off this Titan. We go to 8, take 8, so we're dead either way. GG. Angels there, probably a pretty bad matchup for us. One of the most linear decks in the format. We don't, our removal doesn't line up very well into them. We draw the 3rd land, this hand's pretty good, I believe. On the draw. Sure. Prefer a 3rd untapped land, please. That's not it. Opponent's on blue-white control. Which means there's a pretty good chance Cultivate gets countered anyway. But we're gonna need a lot of counter spells to get through this hand. At least we found another land. Right, no counter. What do I get? Doesn't really matter. Let's get another forest because we have Nissa, I suppose. Play the 4 Hedron out. They don't have a counter spell. We can Nissa into Omnath next turn. Deluge and a draw. They don't find a land. Discard to hand size. Risen Reef, pretty tempting as well. I think I want to have the option of double spelling. Suppose I can go for Risen Reef and buy Yorion, which isn't terrible. A bit better against Counterspell, which they'd better have if they didn't find a land off Deluge. I think we'll go for that. Resolves. We also cast Bone Crusher. Guess we'd have to discard a hand size if we don't. Might as well. Play some threats out, see if they want to sweep them. Or I play Wandering Emperor, another Deluge. Alright. Of course, if they cast a sweeper, then we Nissa into Omnath. If they don't cast a sweeper, we start attacking for 5. Also, of course, perfectly happy if they use spot removal on either of these. We're very happy if they discard a hand size again. Them missing land drops in this matchup when we are not is probably going to decide this game. Not so far, anyway. I'm on the edge of my seat looking for the next one. Pass with 4 mana up again. Gotta have a Wandering Emperor, right? We're trying to get the Bone Crusher with it, maybe? Or the Risen Reef, I suppose. I go Florahedron Omnath here. That was actually not terrible. I think I let them Wandering Emperor my Bone Crusher first, though. If they want to do so. If they tap out, we'll go for Nissa. If not, we go for Florahedron plus Omnath. Which one do I want to start with? I guess it's Omnath. They could be playing Chwari or something. Censor. There's also, of course, value in playing the Florahedron as a land. Then we can cast Titan next turn. Even if they remove the Florahedron. But drawing a card with it is probably better. Hey, that card could even be a land. You never know. Omnath resolves. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll put that on the battlefield. That means I can play Florahedron and trigger Omnath here. And then I can go for Nissa. And then go for Yasharn. Seems okay. Assuming they don't counter Nissa. Sure. Now if they sweep this board, we have Ugin. We see them playing both March and Fateful Absence, but they've discarded one of each. So they might not be able to deal with Ugin very well. Probably better to go for the Titan, though. Absence, Omnath. Don't want a sweeper. Alright, now we have to make sure we crack our clue before we go for Yasharn. So I'm one short of this Genesis Ultimatum, huh? Too many green lands. Let's try and attack. We don't have a Wandering Emperor available now. Guess we'll respect the Shark Typhoon for one, though. Really don't want to lose my Risen Reef. I think the play here into open mana is draw and go for Yasharn. Omen's a nice draw. If they don't play Teferi or something from the Fateful Absence, we can go for Omen. Okay. So I can discard the Depopulate here. Not buying Eorian when I have to discard a hand size. Risen Reef has done a lot of work here. Guess I'll take a land that lets me cast Genesis Ultimatum, right? And I have blue, blue, red, Add green, green, green. Though, so does cultivate. Yeah, I don't need lands for cultivate in hand. That works too. So love looking at a handful of bombs into blue-eye control with 5 lands, huh? Alright, if their play here is Wandering Emperor, Members, and Reef, good for them. We ship it. If they play Settle the Wreckage, whatever. If they take 9, that's cool too, you know. Takes 9. Takes 9. Right, they took their 9. How much mana do I have? 10? Guess I can cultivate and go for Genesis Ultimatum. Sure. Alright, do they really not have any counter spells? Alright, another Genesis Ultimatum, that's fine. 2 lands. Need to discard 2 cards. Guess we'll... go ahead and cultivate, get more mana on board for next turn. Discard, depopulate, and basic lands. Next turn we have 14 mana. They had the Wandering Emperor the whole time. Sure.
Finally, I'm home.
Now I can't Fateful Absence it, but that's fine.
You're done.
Maybe I'm supposed to hold up Fateful Absence. Still have basics for my Fateful Passage, right? Yeah.
I guess
Makes the 1/1.
Guards, to me.
So I'll save the Fabled Passage in case I find an Omnath. 3rd, depopulate. Let's go for this first. Cast that Bone Crusher to take out their 2/2. Kind of. Yeah, just put it on board. See if they have another Wandering Emperor. I've been suspecting all game. I don't know how else they pass here without doing anything. Blanc has been declared. I could go for Titan here, but I'm feeling good enough about this board state that I'll just pass. Guess we can buy Yorion. Then have up Growth Spiral / Fateful Absence. Sure. No need to overcommit. 3/3 Shark. You got it. Which they did not want to block with. And they would have to tap out, and I would have done something. Probably resolved Ugin. Yeah, we had exactly enough mana for that, because we got an untapped land off of Ultimatum. This seems fair, right? 5 lands to 18. I think so. 6 lands to 18. Might as well fire this off. How? Even hit. So if we Ugin and 0, we presenting lethal. See if they have a counterspell. Well, I have that cheeky Dovin Speedo here. How much mana do I have left? 11? I'm gonna look for it. Can't sacrifice this Omen because of Sharn. Omnath is good too, sure. Guess I'm fine trading away the Bone Crusher. Keep my Risen Reef. I think we just Yorion here. Guess we can Omnath and then Yorion. Can we Omnath Titan and then Yorion? We have 5, not quite. Alright, Omnath and then Yorion is fine. That's good enough. Second Omnath, I'll take it. Could play second Omnath and Yorion, but I think I'd rather hold out Fateful Absence. Get some value. A little bit. Not many lands left from my Risen Reef to hit, unfortunately. There's one, but rather have Ugin. Sure, I'll take it. Do I want a Genesis Ultimatum? Nah, I've got enough here. I like that Dovin Speedo. Growth Spiral. Discard 6. Okay. Want that. Don't need that. So I'll drop some Growth Spirals. Activate 4, 5. Probably don't need to hit land next turn. Maybe I have too many creatures left. Didn't realize I had 2 backup Omnaths. Probably should have kept a Growth Spiral over the 3rd Omnath. That way if they do nothing here, we have Stomp plus Growth Spiral. Shatter this guy. Oh no. Will I ever win the game? Now. 27 cards left in deck. Love to see it. Stomp on your face. Cast Ugin. Sure. Cast Titan of Industry. For a shield counter. And I guess we can play this Bone Crusher too. We have Fateful Absence or Stomp available. Very well. Of course, that gets to the Titan. Stomp yet. Probably want a creature land, huh? Oh well. Play Omnath. Play Gargaroth. Play Bone Crusher too. Would we have lethal through piece of removal? I just played 2 sweepers in a row. Unlikely they have a third. We probably want to layer the Hydra or 2 here. As none of our threats are hasty. Would have won the game last turn. All the Storm Giants pretty reasonable too. Don't think we want to play Bugbear. By the time we're out of stuff to do, we have a lot more than 4 mana to pay. After waiting an eternity, opponent decides to play their tapped land. Classic blue-white gamer. If they do something to this board, we have Omnath plus Escape the Wilds to follow up. How many Boom Booms are left in my deck, huh? Not many. 3 of the Risen Reefs, 1 Titan, 1 Ugin. They spend 3 cards to march Omnath. You got it. I think I'm going to start off with Escape the Wilds. Might find the Dovin's Veto. Yeah, there's the Dovin's Veto, so hopefully they're dead now. Got enough cards, I'll make a 3/3. So thank you. Right. Cheeky one of Dovin's Veto, enough to get the job done. Though, to be quite fair, they were probably dead, even if that Emperor resolved. Exile the Bone Crusher, go to 9. I'm left with these and played Titan Risen Reef. Unless they have another sweeper in their top 2. That has to be farewell, because I get shield counter off of this. Yeah. Draw with a Cultivate and a Dream. Why not? This is a terrible idea. How many turn 2 plays do I have? 8, 12, 16. I could do better. There we go. Guess I can put back the escape. Honestly, I could keep these. I know I don't have the turn 2 play, but Forehedron doesn't help me here anyway. Cultivate allows me to cast Omnath on 4. Previous hand I also didn't have any immediate payoff. How to get to 8 to Ugin. Here we at least play a 4/4 on 4. And it's mono red, so we're going to keep red on 4. We also have the red land, so we could conceivably draw into Bone Crusher here. Not that it would matter. Bone Crusher. Taking at least 5. Very possibly more. Also, sucks that we're not going to be able to get life off Omnath right away. Unless we draw an untapped blue or white land. Yikes. Yeah, we're just dead next turn. Actually. Good next turn if I draw Bone Crusher. Did not. Alright, we're dead. Like the record to reflect that I would not have won that game if I kept the Forehedron. It'd still be very dead. No ramp, but Bone Crusher's real good. You have 4 lands in all the colors. Play that, so we have Stomp available on 2 if we want it. Definitely want it. Fortunately, that means we can't growth spiral anytime soon. Might play a better thing to kill than this 2/1. After all, it doesn't attack into the creature side of Bone Crusher. If that's their play, we can take that out for you. On some human tribal, not knight tribal, as one might expect, by playing the knight tribal 1-drop. Yeah, we play Bone Crusher. Well, that is a very high impact card. I think we're probably just supposed to Fateful Absence it. So we can wait until their turn though. It also has 5 toughness, so it can attack into Bone Crusher. Not ideal for us. No need to let them get their 2/2. Assuming that's why they named human with this, so the Adeline tokens are bigger. Second Adeline. Ouch. That is not good for us. That is, though. Draw a card. Gain some life. Now we have enough power and toughness to block Adeline. Pretty sure I'm supposed to go for the double block here. Oh, they could have a Wandering Emperor, huh? What am I supposed to do about that? I think what I'm supposed to do about that is block here and take 8. Yeah, I think that's it. I think Omnath gaining life is too important to give up here. Ember Cleave. Alright, yikes. Probably should have seen that one coming. Been a while. Been playing standard for the last couple videos. Well, Gargaroth has a bunch more power and toughness. See if they can find something good here. No, just going for the Bugbear? No, they can't. They don't have another red source. So, Adeline is 12 when she attacks. I think I want to do that. Can gain 3 off Gargaroth. Which is probably better than drawing a card here. Decent chance we're just dead if they have anything that deals damage in hand. So we go to 4 rather than 1. Put some 1/1 counters on Adeline. We get to hopefully top deck untapped land and play Titan of Industry. Top deck, untapped land. Beautiful. Go to 8. Play this. Kill your Ember Cleave. Make a 4/4. I think I'm supposed to attack here just to get the value. Let's see. We're 1 land short of Ultimatum. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. A little bit lucky with them drawing a blank last turn, but did manage to go over the top there. Life gain from Omnath definitely coming in clutch. Good stuff. Well, that's not it. Sure. Off the Fateful Absence, I guess. Fateful Absence is good against more decks, but more likely to need Depopulate on 4, I think. Alright, yeah, Depopulate is fine here. Yeah, we can hold that. Definitely getting green, but they don't have to know that yet. I think I'm supposed to stomp on this speaker. Maybe it doesn't matter. Might not find another land for this growth spiral though. So it might be for 0 value. Just go for the stomp. Of course it's going to be very suspicious when we fetch double white off Cultivate. So what are you going to do? Get that before they can get life. Cultivate. Bang bang. Play a creature that draws a card. Good choice. Guess we can growth spiral into depopulate here. I want to buy Yorion. Think so. The only thing we can't cast next turn is Genesis Ultimatum. Yorion blocks Angels. Guess I can still growth spiral here. I just found pretty bit late. Probably no point in untapping that, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, get another red one, get another green one, so cast Genesis and Titan. Good chance I'm cycling the Triumph. Seer's good. Makes no attacks this turn. Ugin is also good, one might say. I think I'm just supposed to play Ugin first and attack for 4 with Yorion. Probably doesn't matter. We done yet? I'm holding the 4 Adrian in case we draw Risen Reef. Find the land, they can Coco. I can Genesis Ultimatum. Let's attack first. Maybe they'll pull the Coco preemptively. I'm actually not supposed to attack there. It's reasonable they would find lethal off of the Coco. Alright, find me an Omnath. Alright, fair enough. Whatever they have for Coco, they don't think it's going to be Genesis Ultimatum. That is why I like this spin the blue card. Much more fun. Right, and we are back. Went 4-2. Pretty respectable. I liked the build overall. This would probably be pretty decent at best of 3 as well. You get to go up on counterspells since you're in blue. Just, you know, being in 4 colors, you get access to all sorts of goodies in the sideboard. Yorion is fantastic, as we saw. Didn't really get to see Risen Reef shine. This isn't a super elemental heavy version, but did get a reasonable amount of value out of it in that blue-white control matchup. Otherwise, yeah, Ugin is still good. Genesis Ultimatum is still good, or still powerful. Good's a bit of a stretch. But yeah, we got the job done. We had enough card filtering to find big stuff when we needed it. Never just had all ramp and nothing to ramp to. Depopulate was pretty castable, especially with Cultivate being able to get you double white on command. I started out with only 2 Jetmir's Garden because I was cheap and didn't want to craft them, but it's certainly helpful if you have all 4 of each of these 3 Tri-lands if you want to do something like this. This makes the mana a lot smoother, especially in the early turns when you want to Growth Spiral or Bone Crusher or Omen of the Sea or Fateful Absence all at the same time. And then Risen Reef on 3, and then Omnath on 4. These are never going to be bad on Arena. Tri-lands are fantastic. Yeah, that was fun. Don't think I'd really change anything. Maybe Bone Crusher wasn't super exciting there. Maybe there's some other mid-rangey elemental you could play over this, or maybe just some more proper removal that can deal with 4 toughness creatures, maybe. Haven't seen a whole lot of Greasefang lately. People may have just gotten bored of it. Bone Crusher notably does not work there, which is the litmus test I usually use for removal in this format. So, Bone Crusher, of course, a phenomenal card, but not particularly exciting just in the games today, so maybe play around with that slot a little bit. Otherwise, this was great. Dovin's Veto showing up. Omnath was phenomenal. Gaining life, drawing cards, being a 4/4. Loved it. This was fun. Thanks for watching.